Yeah, so what I was saying, like what I learned from myself was just like
Sorry.
just just knowing that I can compete at a high level. We play against really good bigs day in day out, but to go up against someone as talented as Luka Garza and as physically imposing, it showed me a lot. You know, it showed me that I could run the floor. You know, I could be active on the defensive end. And like to be honest, last year I started out the game. I was a really big offensive presence, but going down the line, the game kind of went away from me. You know, the guards kind of started taking over. They started getting like cleaner looks. So I had to keep playing basically, knowing that I have to make an impact on that game, regardless of what happened on the offensive end. So that was just about like coming back on defense, you know, trying to guard them as best as I can while helping my teammates and rebounding.
I guess how do you feel about the matchup this year? Just now that you're a year older, maybe have that experience from last season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good matchup. You know, I personally think that Illinois versus Iowa is one of the biggest rivalry there is in college basketball, and I think it's going to be really competitive. It's going to be a high level game, and you know we're both going to come out and throw punches. It's about who could maintain and stay in longer.
Thank you, Kofi.
Obviously, what you say there shows that you haven't forgotten about that game 11 months ago. How much have you thought about that block and those closing minutes and the whole thing?
I haven't
Is it
really
like,
thought about it that
okay,
much. You know, I see clips of it every now and then, but I haven't really thought about it personally. You know, I mean, like coach tells me all the time, you know, great players make great plays, and I feel like I was just put in a situation just in that situation to make a good play to win the game for my team. You know, I feel like if Io was put in that situation, he would have done the same thing. So I can't really dwell on it. You know, just have to look forward and see what I could do now to help the team. That's in the past.
what did you learn from watching they lost the other night against Indiana? Indiana has, defensive intensity. What else did you learn from watching that game?
I mean, you know, it's like I said, Big Ten. You never know what to expect, man. You know, really good teams in the Big Ten, and I feel like Indiana just came out with a different mentality. You know, they had lost a couple of games before that, and they just came out, you know, with more hunger. You know, they wanted it more. I feel like, and the way they played physically and played defensively, that just separated the game for them.
Thanks, Kofi.
Hey, Kofi, what's it been like the last few days that you guys have been practicing, but you're kind of waiting for this game? Is it you guys been counting the days? What's it been like over the last few days?
Yeah, you know, definitely counting the games, counting the days. That's for every game too. It's not just in Iowa. It's for Indiana coming up. It's for Wisconsin coming up. So you know, we count the days for each individual game while we at it. So after Iowa, it's going to be preparing for Indiana. We're going to be counting those days. You know, so it's just about preparing and like having that mindset that you're focused on that game. So what we do in practice, you know, make sure that it translates and it can help us during that game. So we definitely been counting days. You know, we're ready for that game. You know, we're really pumped. You know, we're excited, always excited to play basketball, especially in this pandemic. You know, where the opportunities could like go like that. So we're definitely pumped, man. You know.
What where's the mindset right now? You guys had lost a couple games. Do you have confidence? Do you feel like that's behind you?
Yeah, that's definitely behind us. Yeah, I feel like our energy in practice has been really good. I don't think guys are dwelling on it. I don't think guys are worried about it that much. I feel like now we're really like settling in. You know, we're trusting each other more. You know, we have a lot of spent a lot of time to practicing like be together. You know, play together. So I feel like we're like the trust level is higher now. You know, the confidence level is way higher now since our last game, and we're just gonna continue to get better. You know.
Thank you.
Hey, Kofi, how are you feeling physically in terms of keeping an edge, staying sharp, having not played in 10 days?
Yeah, I personally think we feel good. You know, coach is really smart. So he basically got us in here scrimmaging each other. You know, keeping that competitive edge. You know, going at each other. He was getting after us. You know, whenever we slack up, make sure that we're on point. You know, teams tend to have a they have a habit of falling off when they don't participate for a long time. You know, with the competition level, and he did a really good job of making sure that we're staying competitive. We're challenging each other. You know, we're going hard in practice, and that's big time because I feel like now going into that game, we have that same mindset already. Like it's as if we played the game the other day. You know, just from scrimmaging each other and going hard every practice.
A lot of attention will be on Kofi Cockburn and Luka Garza tomorrow night. But what do you see as something that everyone should pay attention to in this game?
Someone to pay attention to,
Like a key matchup or a key aspect of this game.
I don't think it's a key matchup. I think both teams have really good players. They have Wieskamp, they have Luka, they have Frederick, and I feel like we have Ayo, we have all the tools we need. We have DeMonte, we have Georgie. So I feel like it's just an incredible matchup. It's a good game, It's not just personnel, just me, Garza, Joe and Ayo. I feel like it's a good game. It's a good matchup team-wise, and it's just about coming out there, I know how good our team is, and if we play at a high level, we could win. So it's just about coming out there with the right mindset, having a winner mentality, not worrying about matchups and worrying about what you're going to do today for yourself, but what you're going to do for the team, and that's going to be the key to victory. Like just coming out there and playing for each other and not getting caught up in yourself.
Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Kofi. Coach Underwood kind of said that last year when you had games against teams with really good bigs like Luka Garza, Xavier Tillman, or even like Jalen Smith, I guess, too, that you kind of got emotionally up for it or was different, I guess. But this year he said that you're different and you aren't that way. What kind of changed for you in that aspect, and how does it maybe help you on the court?
I would say my confidence. Last year, I think I was confident last year, but I was just too eager as a freshman to see the matchup and to go out there and compete. Like now I'm way more confident in myself knowing that whatever happens, whoever I get, I'm going to go out there and play my hardest and play my best, So I feel like I'm way more comfortable right now just being a veteran, being here for another year, seeing everything that I could possibly see. And just know that I'm confident enough to know that I trust in my work and I'm going to go out there and play for my team.
And kind of an off-the-wall question. I've seen on your social media that you got a puppy. What kind of went into you getting a puppy, and what's his name, breed, I guess, and what do you kind of do with the puppy, I guess?
Yeah, I don't have him anymore. I had to send him away for a couple months so I could focus in on the season. But he's a Cane Corso. I always loved dogs. I had dogs back home in Jamaica. I bred dogs in Jamaica, so I always loved dogs. I just felt like I needed to get one. Just to build back that bond with my dog. So it's just about I had to send him away obviously because of COVID reasons and the dogs for the track COVID wasn't thinking straight at the time until I realized it. So I'll definitely be seeing him in a couple months after the season.
Thanks, Kofi. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Kofi, I see you guys, I think before games, you do 2 shots of beet juice. First of all, that seems like a culture, has kind of grown into a culture thing with you guys. What's it like taking those? I don't think they're probably very good.
Not really good, but, we don't worry about how it tastes. We worry about the end results and what it's doing for us. And I feel like Coach Fletcher, Coach PJ, like they put in a lot of work. They're really smart guys. They're pros at what they do. And we're just trusting them to know that they're putting the right stuff in their bodies to make us play at a high level. So it's not about how it tastes right now. It's about what it's doing for us. And I think it does a really good job of getting us ready and getting our body right.
Do you remember the first one? What was your response when hey, we're going to do a shot of beet juice? What was your first introduction to the taste of it? What was that experience?
It was horrible. It was horrible. I almost threw up. It was horrible. You get used to it though after a couple of times.
Thanks, Kofi. I appreciate it.
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Kofi, I asked Brad about, energy being huge this year. Everyone talks about needing to bring your own energy as a team. If anyone has seen the intros where you guys do your handshakes with Quay, they know that Quay brings a lot of energy to the team. Can I just, get your thoughts on him and just, how much that energy, means in the game?
Yeah, it's really big time. Quay's been there for a while now, so he has he built a relationship with each individual player. So he knows everybody likes him because he has a huge personality. And just having that person that gives you that spark. You coming off the bench, you kind of settled in, you kind of cool down. That's that person that gives you that edge that oh yeah, let's get ready right now. Let's get going. He really gets us pumped before the games. With the handshakes and this his vibe, his energy. We feed off it going into the game. Knowing that, oh yeah, let's get ready, let's go. So he's definitely a huge part of the team and how we approach each and every game.
And I was hoping maybe you can give us the play-by-play of how to do your handshake with Quay, because I know they're all different and what it means.
Play by play. It's just like you go back and forth twice. You hit the back of the palm basically. You lock it, basically saying that we're locked in, and then we go 1, 2, and then we zip it up. It's basically like a professional aspect. Like a professional aspect. Like we're not basically gonna go out there and be out of our minds. We're professionals, and it's just about being locked in together and playing the game professionally.
Awesome. Thanks, Kofi.
No problem.
Hey, Kofi, with the experience of playing Luka now, knowing his skill set, knowing how hard he plays, what are some of the keys for you to be able to do your best against him, really at both ends of the floor?
It's just about playing active, being engaged in the game at all times. Luka is a guy you can't really slack off from. You can't give him anything, any easy baskets. You have to make all of his shots hard. And he makes hard shots, but it's just about being consistent with him. You can't really back off and you can't slack off and give him any offensive rebounds, basically any angle baskets. You gotta make it work for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about being engaged the whole game, making sure that I take away his 3-pointers. That's a huge aspect of his points. Just taking away his 3-pointers, make sure I have hands up at all times, and just making sure he works for everything he gets.
You mentioned this being one of the best rivalries in college basketball. What makes it different for you? What is, when you're out on the court, just feeling that sense of it being that kind of a rivalry?
Yeah, it's just the competition level, I guess. Both teams, like some teams you find they have really good guards, so and their team dwell on their guards more. Some teams you have really good bigs and the team dwell on their bigs more. I feel like Iowa is a compact team. Like they're a complete team. They have really good guards. They have good players at all positions, and I feel like we're the same way. So when we go out there, it basically varies. It's not one person dominating the game. It's not one person just making all the plays. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like everybody could go at all times. So we have to be really extremely locked in. And I feel like just the preparation for coaches be on us hard, preparing for that game especially. And I feel like that's where I get the rivalry from.